Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks. And somebody sent me this, and they want this, or that's about as good as I can do with it. So the first thing, always make a copy, Control D, and make a duplicate. And just for note, your duplicate distance is, well, you probably set that intentionally. But then we need to crop this out because this thing is, it's on a piece of paper. So with it selected, get the crop tool and just crop around that and then say crop. Because what that does, that's going to help you trace it and it really helps Corel trace it down. And, we might take notes about how big it is. It's 4.83 for later because I'm going to reduce it now and make it quite a bit smaller. I'm a firm believer that it actually helps Corel do that. Now in this picture, we see some dark spots of the paper. When they scan this item or however. This is actually a pencil drawing, I think. But I'm not going to, we can resample, but it's going to be big because I've made it smaller. You could convert it to bitmap and convert it to grayscale, but you really don't have to. I just go to bitmap trace, outline trace, and my friend ClipArt does it pretty good most of the time. And you can see that black blob that the trace did pick up. Your normal trace is going to be on the outside. And then what we can do to make it a little bit easier, we could go ahead and with the ratio lock, we could go ahead and make it back to size. It was 4.83 to give you a little bit more definition. Now we're going to take this and we'll go up to object and group and ungroup. And what that does, it'll allow us to get rid of some of these bad spots. And also there should be some white in the middle. So that's the 3-point rectangle tool. Fill that in with yellow, go to object, go to order, back a page, and you can see the white. But a lot of times this will happen. If you would just grab on the black and see it's encompassing most of it and then move it over. We got rid of a lot of the white. We got rid of all that extra trash that we do not need. So we can delete that. You always want to, I would suggest always deleting it like that in case you move around and that trash is still there and you try to laser it. Now, how do you get rid of this garbage? Because this is actually part of the paper. Well, look at it, left click. I'm going to right click it in red. And we're just going to get to that item. And two ways you could do it. You could take a 2-point line and just kind of like draw through there. And then take your virtual segment delete key and delete all that. And we can still see we got a little bit of trash. Now, you need to, you don't really have to. Because let's see if it won't fill in. So I'm going to take my rectangle tool in case I've got a leak. And you really probably don't want to smart fill this. But it worked. You could always, I think since it's a still original object type deal, you could left click black and it worked. And then always don't forget to right click no outline. And you can't really see my flat spot. These are pencil marks. They're supposed to be rough. You could, I would suggest you don't clean that up at all. And that should laser engraving. Now, the difference between, if you look at this, we've got all clear inside. And really they are now, but see there's some spots right there that are going to be hollow. So and they probably leak. So if we use a smart fill tool, the laser is going to go around those spots, or it's not going to engrave that. So it all depends on the look you want. Because if we don't do that and we just take and fill it in with black, a lot of times those spots will not be there, but they are. So just watch out, if you want that more solid, because I don't know, I think he's cutting, he's actually putting this on a guitar neck. A lot of this, when you engrave this much around a little spot like that, that spot's going to disappear because it's going to get burned away. Now, my suggestion to him is, because I sent him my file earlier this morning, test it on a piece of wood, please. You know, don't, you know, it looks good here. Matter of fact, this one looks a little bit better maybe than the one I did earlier. But just, anyway, test it on wood before you ever put it on a guitar neck. Anyway, hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.